This is the 11th Masechet that I complete since 2016, I believe. I study when I go to the city on the train with the Orthodox Union app. I download all the classes from this Rabbi Moshe Elephant, which I enjoy his classes. They're fast and he explains well and not too in detail and not too on the surface. So it's pretty good for my level and I enjoy it very much, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. Has 4 chapters. Of course, you guessed it, speaks mainly about Rosh Hashanah and all the other types of Rosh Hashanah that we have. Speaks about calling out the Rosh Chodesh, the moons, how the Rosh Chodesh is called out, different witnesses, who is accepted, who is not accepted. Has many insights as far as the Shuvah goes, many things that can be helpful for preparing for Rosh Hashanah, and I use much of the content here for the speeches that we said prior to Rosh Hashanah. I'll just conclude here the Masechet where it's discussing. Rabban Gamliel states that the people that are out in the field, they're exempt from praying the prayers because the Shaliach Tzibur takes them out of the obligation. The Shaliach Tzibur is the representative of the community, and according to Rabban Gamliel, he can take out everybody from the exemption of prayer since the people are busy. So the Gemara resumes its discussion of Rabban Gamliel's opinion. Amar Rav Acha bar Avira Amar Rabbi Shimon Chasida Poter haya Rabban Gamliel afilu am shebasadot. Rabban Gamliel used to exempt even the people in the fields from praying, for he held that the Shaliach Tzibur discharges their obligation despite their absence from the synagogue. And the Gemara wonders about the statement that Rabban Gamliel exempted even the people in the fields. This implies that it is unnecessary to state that Rabban Gamliel exempted those who are present here from praying. But can this be true? Adrabah, to the contrary, Hani Anisi, these people who are in the fields are forced to skip the prayer due to their occupation. Hani Lo Anise, whereas the people who are in the town, here in the city, here close to the synagogue, they are not forced to skip the prayer. Thus, only the people in the fields should be allowed to fulfill their obligation to the Shaliach Tzibur, says the Gemara. The Tani Abba the Rabbi Binyamin Bar Chia, for Abba, the son of Rabbi Binyamin Bar Chia, taught in a Brisa which states, Am She'achorei HaKohanim, the people who are standing behind the Kohanim when they bestow the priestly blessing on the congregation, Enan Bichal Beracha, are not included in the blessing, since they could have stood before the Kohanim and did not bother to do so. But the people in the fields who are unable to come before the Kohanim are included in the blessing. The same principle should apply to the prayer service, according to Rabban Gamliel, asks the Gemara. The Gemara concedes and revises the previous statement, Elakiach Ata Ravin, rather when Ravin arrived in Babylonian. Amar Rabbi Yaakov Bar Idi, Amar Rabbi Shimon Chasida, he said in the name of Rabbi Yaakov Bar Idi, who said in Rabbi Shimon Bar Chasida, Lo patar Rabban Gamliel, Ela am shebasadot. Rabban Gamliel exempted only the people in the field, not the people in the town, from their prayer obligation, on the basis of the Shaliach Tzibur recitation. What is the reason? My tama mishum de aniseh b'melacha. It is because they are forced by their occupation to skip the prayer. Aval ba'ir lo. But those who are in the town are not exempted by the Shaliach Tzibur. And how fortunate we are that we are here, close to the Beit HaKnesset. We can come and we can take ourselves out of the obligation. One thing that very fascinated me when the Rabbi Elephant was explaining this Masechet, the end of the Masechet, he said the Shaliach Tzibur is the representative of everyone. So how can the Shaliach Tzibur have any qualm with anybody and pretend that he's exempting everybody? The Shaliach Tzibur who goes up, he says, should before he does the prayer, forgive everybody in their heart. Make sure there is absolutely no clutter between him and the public that he's representing, and that way he can really exempt everybody. And this especially in Rosh Hashanah. Adran alach, Yom Tov, Adran alach, Masechet Rosh Hashanah, Mazal Tov.